Granted, tanking right now feels like it's in a tough spot and not a lot of people want to play it, but got a buff. My dude has always been strong, always been the best shield tank. Faster recharge with the right click is crazy work. He doesn't need it. Alt is very, very, very strong, always will be. Can take out supports mid-alt. If you damage boost it by any means, it makes it even easier. Mag is now, I think, the very best tank in the game. You'll see Emma in every single game if she's not banned. With a shield tank, for sure. Strange could be there if he's banned out. Everyone comes in my chat and says something along the lines of, what do you think of the Emma nerf? And I truly don't think it was a nerf, dude. The laser, extra range helps with flyers. Because if they're out of that range, it's difficult. Like, it's difficult for them to land shots when they're that far away, too. Like, she's just disgusting. Helps with the shield. There's always going to be a shield tank now. The kick isn't a one-shot anymore, but you don't need it. You just switch to laser at the very end. You'll still get the KO. Like, it didn't change enough. The laser is just really strong, and I love that. I think she feels great. So you want to get to 100 charge as fast as possible with the laser and just play her like a fully charged Symmetra, and it feels incredible. Switch to diamond when you see a CC, like you need to CC something out, or if you see a off map nearby, or if you're in a position where you're playing around some cover and everything's in short range fights, and you go in diamond, it'll hold your laser charge where it is, and you just keep punting people into the walls. I'm going to say Groot is still very strong. I don't think he is as busted as he once was. I think he's still really good. His ult's great. But the subtle changes to everything. He keeps getting subtly nerfed. And there's a lot of damage in the game right now. Punisher's in a really strong spot, which makes Groot inherently a little bit worse. I've been seeing a lot of Punishers. If not, they go Storm, and then Groot's still not as much of a problem. And he's in a difficult position, a little more of a difficult position with Punisher being really strong and Flyers being more prevalent. Groot doesn't have as much value into Flyers. I think he's still great, so it's not like the end of the world. Strange is a lot better now than he once was. I still think Magneto is a better shield tank. Strange's E damage spread being larger is huge because in the end of the day, like, it just helps him with his ult clear. Like, if you get people with your ult and you hit your E while their souls are out, it's hitting probably them and the soul because the range is now max damage across the 8 meters. So hitting them for full damage just does a chunk of damage no matter what. Penny's actually really good as an off tank. If they're running Flyers, Penny's struggles again. Or if you play something like Strange Tank and you just hover and you break mines, still very oppressive. I'd say that with Rocket, we'll put her in strong, right? We'll say that. With Rocket, she'd be end of strong. But there's a lot of Flyers this season, so it just inherently makes her a little worse. That's just the one downside. So, like, just know that she's in the near playable and strong. In a similar story, like, she helps counter a lot of annoying things like Cap and, you know, some of the annoying dive like that people as they're climbing ranks struggle with, like Panther. She shuts him down a lot. Like, just a lot better than she was. Helps Rocket out a bit too. So it's difficult. I want to put her in strong, but it just feels gross to put her next to Groot and Strange. I just don't think I could do that because I don't think she's at that level. I do think that if a team's going melee magic comp, Penny's insane, dude, especially with the Rocket. And I've seen some one-trick Pennies up at the top ranks, but not very many of them. I've seen a couple of her up at C1 and Eternity on PC. And like I said, certain comps, they roll. And like, I've played a lot against them, and we haven't had a lot of issue. If they're playing her on attack, still not great, right? You really got to set up, and as they're setting up those mines, you just burst it as fast as possible, and you prioritize that every time. On attack, just not as great. So I got to keep her in playable. Even on certain maps, she is up here, okay? She has a conversation, but I'm saying in general scheme of things, not great on attack, struggles into Flyers, but outside of that, really good. Emma's always felt good into Cap, but now you destroy Cap. Like, Cap, there's still some really good one-trick Caps that understand how to handle the situation, and it's cool to watch them play, guys, but it's not consistent, and he does struggle significantly more into Emma than he ever has. Venom just feels a little worse once again. Tanks aren't as prevalent right now. DPS is very strong. Poke is really strong. And even like things like Hawkeye, which you normally want to die with Venom, Hawkeye does so much damage right now, and he's such a threat. It's scary. Punisher with the shotgun, scary with the spread reduction. Emma's stronger, in my opinion, with the laser. It's just the raw damage she can do. I just haven't seen Venom have nearly as much impact this season as he did maybe last season, where everyone else was diving on your team. When he's trying to do that stuff solo now and without the Spider-Man team up, he does not feel as good. So I got to keep him in playable. I think he's right around Cap. Similar story. I think Cap might still be better. Hulk's in a similar spot, but the whole team up is really strong, right? So, you know, these three were very similar last season in terms of where they were. These two were probably a little better last season. Hulk having the team up, I would put him in front of those two because the Namor team up's still really good. It's just, once again, a lot of damage in the game right now. You've seen like Hulks are in a weird spot. Like, there's a couple Hulks that can still get the job done, but his shield gets exploded in 2 seconds. No matter who he's diving, he still gets tore up from the floor up. So it's just good with ultimate. You know, ultimate's all right. It can find value, but that kind of play style right now is struggling heavy. Now we're going to get into you better be Lee on Al Gaib, and this is where people are going to start being pissed off. Emma's just a better version of the Thing, okay? The Thing, here's what I'll say. I love the Thing, right? I got to number 3, the Thing, when the season he was released. I love him. I played him nonstop. Thought he was awesome. Felt pretty good into the double shield, right? But also really good in stopping dive. So he was a little better last season when dive was a little more prevalent, but even so, Emma was just better than him, dude. Emma could do more damage faster and more disruption. Yeah, you can put your Yancey Street down. It typically knocks a Spider-Man too high up into the sky where he can thwip away, which is a weird design. I think that's a design flaw in my opinion. I think you should apply it to them instead of being a zone. It's really good in shutting down Panther. If you're climbing ladder and you're getting messed up by Panther, play Thing. If you put Yancey Street down, as Panther dashes through the circle, he'll stop dead and be stuck and can't dash. But Panther's not great as you climb ladder. So having a character that shuts Panther down, and that's all he really does better than any other tank, and that's it, that doesn't really matter anymore. I've been playing in top 500 lobbies every game, dude. I play with all these fucking pros every game. When we see a Thing on the other team, everyone in unison goes, yes, we win this game. I'm on Emma. I get free charge on him. I'm at 100% charge immediately because he can't stop me. And then if he ever tries to push forward, I tackle him and our team immediately. And similar to people, I get a lot of people that say Thor is busted. And I'm going to be honest, guys, he's not. He's just not good. Sorry. I'm sorry to say this. Thor's just not great right now, dude. Glorified DPS. Love that he's a DPS. Does pretty strong DPS, right? But he got hit with a nerf this season. I know you guys think it was not. Every top Thor will agree with me. It is a nerf, okay? Yeah, your right click no longer causes Thor force, but you're never wanting to slam your F button and go into that range Thor all the time and once you climb up ranks. You're very vulnerable. You do it to secure kills and stuff. So yeah, it's cool that his right click doesn't take that anymore, but honestly, it's a 6-second cooldown. So you can use it every 6 seconds, I guess, but it was more so an animation cancel for your melee. It helped him. And then he would have extra shield every time he used an ability. He would get 100 instead of 75. That is a 25% nerf to his self-survivability, which is the only thing Thor did, was survive a little bit better because of his self-survivability. So they took away the Thor force, which in my opinion was never an issue, made him less survivable, which is the only thing he had, and that's it. He was a nerf to a character that was already not great. I played against some of the best ones of them, and you know, it's similar story to the Thing. Free charge. You see him coming, you have an Emma on your team, or, you know, even a mag, and they shield whoever he's diving, and you just pummel the shit out of him. He has to jump away. He has to throw away. Unfortunately, not a buff. Whoever tells you that is a silly little goose, okay?